came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Hello and welcome on www.thepapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. Good afternoon to all our viewers joining around the globe. Today we are bringing you the live pictures of the SSC Tennis Championship 2022, the A grade tournament, and the first one for the year in the tennis calendar of Sri Lanka. It's good to be back after a very long break in terms of sport after the pandemic. And we're back here at the Singley Sports Club Tennis Complex, bringing you the live pictures of the SSC Open Tennis Tournament 2022. It's first, we will have the ladies final and then followed up by the gentlemen's final. So cracking tennis coming up here, and we invite all of you to stay logged and joined on the Papare.com website, the Papare.com Facebook page and the YouTube channel to catch the live action as we bring it right to our doorstep. We have Angelica Correa taking on Janali Manamperi in the ladies final, while Tehan and Kiran battling it out for the gentlemen's final. And the story here is that Janali Manamperi was there at the finals last year as well. Unfortunately, she lost the finals to Savini, so she's back in the match to try and win the crown that she lost last year. And it'll be interesting to see her approach to the game. And Angelica Correa, also a very known name in the tennis fraternity of Sri Lanka. She's been brilliant at what she does, playing really good tennis, a very talented player, and we'll see how much of a challenge she'll put up for Janali, and will it be easy for Janali to win the crown she lost last year, or will it be a tough match? It's all here and yet to unfold here at the SSC Open 2022. I've got Ganga Veerasinghe with me joining in commentary. Ganga, a very good afternoon to you and welcome back on the Papare.com.
Thank you, Lelum. Yeah, it's nice to be back, and we don't usually get this coverage for tennis, so it's really privileged that Papare can help the tennis community also out in the same way as you do for all the other sports.
Thank you, Ganga. It's our pleasure to be here. And how do you feel about the Sri Lankan tennis at the moment? It's been a long break in terms of all the sports, but especially tennis, things are getting back, and this is the first tournament for the year. How do you see it?
Yes, I think the pandemic really didn't help our cause, because a lot of the tennis standard depends on the competition that we play. So when you don't have a long extended period of no competitions, the standard invariably goes down. But the SLTA has really done a good job from the last November. They have organized A-grade tournaments and ITF tournaments. So we are just coming from a ITF Under-18 tournament last month, and then also to follow up with the full calendar this year. So I hope this will really get back the tennis back into good shape again for this year and the following years.
Speaking about the two players who are here for the ladies final, Janali Manamperi and Angelica Correa, you were here last time as well when the finals were going on, and Janali unfortunately lost it and Savini won it. How do you see the match setup for this year? Do you think Janali can regain the crown she lost?
I think the bigger comeback here is from Angelica at the moment, because I think she stopped for her studies and then came back, and then won the nationals and the clay court or the Colombo championships last year. So she's been the girl to beat in the circuit in the absence of Anika Seniviratne. So definitely it will be a good match because Chanali has been got the final victory. I think there's been a lot of finalists as a journalist. So I think if she can pull out a match like this, that will give her a lot of confidence to turn her career around.
The heat has been a big factor, and there has been continuously the weather. It's been really hot. Do you think it will play a crucial part today at the match?
I mean, it's the way I say it, it's there for both players, and the fitter person should be able to storm it out. And these girls have been playing at this weather ever since they were 10 years old, maybe. So I'm pretty sure they are well versed with the weather conditions. But what I notice is generally there's a little bit more wind during this part of the calendar. So let's see if that affects, on the way they on their serving and things like that. But generally the heat, I think it's still a bearable heat in terms of tennis conditions in Sri Lanka.
Huge shout out to First Capital, the main sponsor of the tournament, and the rest of the co-sponsors as well, Papare and Sons, Demo, 3G Sports and Synergy Tennis as well, to making all this possible and bringing all this possible in terms of bringing the live pictures and organizing the tournament as well. So huge shout out to these sponsors for coming on board at this time and making sure that the sports continue from where it is. You just said that the girl to beat will be Angelika, and Janali, even though she's been at final, she has not really got that final victory. How do you think the approach should be from Janali's perspective? And then let's move on to Angelika.
At this level, Lelum, it's all about how you play the big points. The person who can keep their nerve better for the big points, because usually a final like this and usually a rivalry like this, where it takes they play a lot of matches against each other over the course of the years. So it's all about how she handles the big points. How well they will serve during the big points and little things like this. It's not that she's lost every final 6-love. They're all, she'll take a set, or it will be very close in that sense. So I think Angelika has been doing well in the bigger points. So even in the national finals, Janali was up in the first set. I think she was 3-1 up and then came up. So on paper, you could say Angelika just on her current form, but that doesn't take nothing away from Janali.
Let's have a little
break third set. So it will be interesting how a full 3-set match will pan out between the two.
The interesting point is that we've seen a lot of young talent being introduced to the Sri Lankan tennis lineup, but what we've failed to see is this talent being continued up to the national level or significantly representing Sri Lanka at the international level, even at SAF Games or the Asian Games. Where do you see the drop in this? Why isn't there continuity from the junior to the senior level?
Many reasons, but I would say still tennis has not reached the professionalism standards of cricket, or even say rugby for that matter. So our players are really struggling to make a living out of being a tennis player per se, and that takes a lot of investment. So more often than not, we see a lot of players play a really good level when they're in school or just out of school or university level. But when you get out of university and you want to make a living, so that's where I think the real issue is, why we can't keep the players in the game. So maybe a more like a structure, the players can actually make a living out of tennis, and that's where I think these tournaments really help with the prize monies and things like that. But even if even if there is a lot of prize money, it's still only one winner that gets it. So there is a big structural reform that will require to see a professional player to play full time in Sri Lanka.
We've got the chief guest arriving, Shreya Munasinghe, the chief guest for the ladies final. She has represented Sri Lanka in SAF games way back in the 90s, and she has beaten Canadian number 2 at that time as well. So she's our chief guest for the ladies final, as you can see on the screen. We were waiting her arrival to commence the match, so the action should unfold shortly here. Anjalika Kurera taking on Janali Manamperi, and just as you heard the experts inside, the girl to watch will be Anjalika, coming back after a short break in terms of her studies, winning the nationals, and then of course Janali will also will be in super form, trying to regain that crown she lost last year. But unfortunately, what's missing for her is that she's been a finalist for many occasions, but not the biggest thing, the victory in the final. So it will be a very interesting phase to take a look at how these two players will go at each other and who will emerge victorious at the end of the match. So it's all set here at the SSC tennis complex to begin the ladies final of the SSC Open 2022, sponsored by First Capital, the main sponsor of the tournament, and then the co-sponsors also Jimo Pereira & Sons, Synergy Tennis and 3G Sports. A huge shout out to all these sponsors for making it all possible for us and for the organizing committee also to ensure the continuity in sports. And we're very happy to bring you the live pictures from the heart of Colombo right here. Dosta, wherever you are, you can pass on the message. People can watch this tennis tournament live on the Papare.com Facebook page, the Papare.com YouTube channel, and on the Papare.com website as well. So it's a threefold approach for you all. Wherever you are, any device, you can simply take on your YouTube application, go to Papare.com, watch it live. You take your Facebook application, go to the Papare.com Facebook page, watch it live, or not. Take your web browser, go to the website and watch it live as well. Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. A lot of sports happening here. We've got the National Super League in terms of cricket happening on the other side as well, so you all can watch that live as also. Then Sri Lanka is touring Australia currently. That is also happening. So we've got a few volleyball tournaments lined up in the next couple of weeks as well. So sports is certainly getting back into its normal rhythm here in Sri Lanka, and it's a very happy thing for all our viewers and for us as well. So invite you to stay logged and enjoy all this sporting action that we bring to you. The names of the players were just announced. They should step into the court in a bit, and we should be able to see the action unpack here. Shreya Munasinghe on your screen now, the chief guest for the ladies final of the SSC Open 2022. That's Janali Manamperi, the finalist from last year, back here to try and regain the crown she lost. Be an interesting face to see how she battles. Now that's the current national champion, Anjalika Kurera, coming back into the tennis circuit after a short break in terms of her studies. First Capital SSC Open Tennis Championship Ladies Singles Final. Janali Manamperi versus Anjalika Kurera, and we are here bringing you the live pictures as the action unfolds. heat is bearable, what Gayanga said, but it'll be the wind factor that would probably play a part. Formalities being observed just before the start of the match, and it's all set here. And I'll leave you with Gayanga and Kemali for the match, and it'll be an interesting match. We invite you, everybody, to stay logged and stay tuned on thepapare.com.
Will only be having 2 people doing at a time. Right. So then just 2 chairs here would do, right? No, you start. I'll come after you. Then you so you do most of this, right?
Good afternoon, Kemali.
Hi Ganga, how's it going? Hi Ganga.
Kemali, welcome to the commentary box.
Yes, I'm quite excited. The girls are warming up now. No?
Didn't you play the singles, Kemali?
I did. I've been, I think I was competing till about 2014.
No, I meant this year.
This year, no, I didn't. I wish I did, but no. Too old for this now.
Okay, I thought you were going to play this year as well.
No, I didn't. I didn't enter this year. Not fit enough.
So to
And-
our listeners, Kemali is a former Fed Cup player and a national player. So we are privileged to join her in this commentary box. I think you do some practices with these players as well, right?
Yes, gang. I actually play with Janali quite often, just to keep in touch. It's all, and anyway, SSC is one of my favorite courts to play on. It's very well
Yes.
maintained and it's
And
a good
very
atmosphere.
well conducted tournament.
Definitely.
Yes, one of the best, I would say.
I would say the best. How about you, Ganga? Did you enter? Are you playing?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of coaching, and I've been privileged to take all these girls on the Fed Cup, on my Fed Cup duties as captain. So even the last time we went to Tajikistan, and both Anjalika and Janali played a leading role. You know, they even played the doubles in a very deciding tie. So they know each other very well. And I think from ages of 12, 13, 14, they've been just competing. So I think it's a matter of who plays the big points here and things like that, who will determine the winner.
Definitely.
Have you got any pre-match predictions, Kemali?
Better not pick sides right now, but like you said, seeing the previous records, Angelika seems to be having the upper hand. But let's hope for a good final.
Yes, of course.
It's always good to see the Fed Cup players playing each other because, the competition is quite high at this level.
Yes, definitely. I think even now Neara coming back into the mix, even though we are missing Anika. I think Anika has gone for her university in the US.
Okay.
So it's good to see Angelika coming back after her exams, and then also Neara. I think she was going through some injuries, but now I think again she's come back and she made the semi-finals this year as well. So I think we've got a good group of competitive players, but I think they need to go out and play a little bit more international tournaments and things like that to really get back into the groove. And of course the lockdowns and the travel restrictions didn't help at all. But
Yeah.
I'm seeing a trend of players starting to travel for ITFs and things, so that will really boost the entire standard of tennis.
Yes, definitely. I think the COVID situation took a huge toll on all the sports, but I feel like tennis is picking up. So let's hope for the international tournament to take place. So hopefully Fed Cup and Davis Cup will take place this year. And with a few ITFs coming in as well. And now it's time for our players to start going out as well.
Yes, definitely. So for viewers, there's a 5-minute warm-up before the match starts. So I think they're just coming to the end of it. Today's chair umpire is Anjana De Silva, highly experienced umpire.
Papare won the toss.
The ITF serve.
Chose to serve.
I think we are almost ready to go into the match.
Ball डालने को. बॉल लगा.
Do we know who won the toss? No.
Nope.
We'll find out.
Time. Sorry, First set, Janali Manamperi to serve.
Janali Manamperi to serve.
Ready? Play. Ball. $15 love.
15 love. First point to Janali.
Agak, terindah. Agak. Oh, dan Pak. Nanti agak. Ball.
Quite a windy day today, so you can probably see why the tossers are going all over the place.
Net, second serve. Fault.
Double fault by
15 all.
Janali. Maybe some nerves at the beginning. So Kemali, what do you think that Janali needs to do to win this match?
I think to start off, holding serve is very important.
30-15.
And also to work the points, move Angelica around and capitalize when she has the upper hand.
Yes, and in the national finals, actually Janali was up 3-1 in the first set. So this is, even though the score was 6-3, 6-1, you know, that match was never a straightforward match.
30 all.
It was up 3-1.
Yes, that's a good backhand down the line winner by
Webley.
Angelica. It's one of her favorite shots.
$40-30.
Janali doing her best to hold her serve here. 40-30 now. Seems to be winning the longer rallies.
Both players are still getting into the game.
But it's so important, Kemal, in a final like this to really start well. To get that first set and be on the upper hand from the beginning, that goes a long way.
Definitely. What a shot.
First game to Janali.
Game Manaperi, first game.
All 3 points she won, or the 4 points, it was the longer rally she won. So maybe that's might play a key role in the determining this match. I think this is a good time to remind our viewers of the kind sponsors. Of course, this year's SSC Open is sponsored by First Capital as the title sponsor, and
Angelica Curera to serve.
3G Sports with the balls, and Synergy Tennis who have come forward this year.
Out, 15 love.
It's important that Angelica holds on to her serve this game.
Yes, and if going by the national final, Angelica has done a little bit more work on her serve, I feel, because she was really struggling on her serves and forehands in the national final. So it'll be a good gauge to see how much work she has done from that match.
all.
See, so far the longer rallies are being dominated by Janali. So it's 15 all.
Out.
It's a good backhand cross court from Angelica there.
Yes, it's Angelica is probably a stronger shot the backhand, so it will be interesting to see how Janali, because the way Janali plays, she's a person that plays with the longer rallies and really hangs in there. How she approaches this game on considering Angelica's backhand.
Good return by Janali, but the drop shot was a good pick by Angelica there.
Especially on the clay courts, it's a very important shot, the drop shot, to get the person guessing. And
ball. (40-30).
Angelica's first double fault. Maybe a okay time to put a double fault, if I may say that, at 40-15. But I think both players have yet to be impressed on their first serves. They had a relatively low percentage at the moment.
Deuce.
What a cross court by Janali. She's getting quite a few deep shots in and working the point quite well.
Deuce.
Advantage Curera.
Definitely, like you said, Gang, Angelica's strong point is, you said backhand, but she got a very good forehand as well.
Angelica is very dangerous when she is inside the court. If Janali, I feel, is to win this match, she needs to keep pushing Angelica back and then getting in the court. But if you're going to give Angelica shortish balls, she's going to really punish. But from the back, I think she's going to be she's going to be strong on the backhand. But cannot afford her to get inside the court.
Definitely.
But again, good attacking play by Janali to make the score back to deuce.
This is a crucial game for Angelica.
Angelica is
Advantage Kurera.
using the drop shot ploy very well. She's bringing Janali on her own accord and then passing her and putting Janali out of in very uncomfortable positions.
Out. Game Kurera.
And,
Good.
One game
Good
all.
hold
by Angelica, although she was leading 40-15 that game. So it's 1-1. I think it's very important when you are in those leads of say 40-love or 40-15 to really close it out. I think that double fault really opened the door a little bit for Janali in that game, and then she brought it back to deuce.
Definitely, Gang. It's important that currently both players seems to have the same level of confidence and
Out. Love 15.
Again, you see Angelica just pouncing on those shortish serves.
good point by
15 all.
Janali moving Angelica around there.
Jamal, did your brother play this year's tournament?
Sorry, I didn't get you, guys.
Did your brother play the men's event?
Yes, unfortunately, he got COVID and he also couldn't play the singles.
Oh dear. But he'll be ready for your mixed doubles?
Yeah, I'm excited to play. Hopefully tomorrow.
For viewers, Dilwan Herat is another up and coming player in the men's circuit.
Out. 15-30.
15-30. Unforced error by Janali gives Angelica the point there.
Out.
That's what Janali has to
15-40.
really cut down on her unforced errors as she finds herself 15-40 down now. You're going to beat players like Angelica, you've got to give her no free points. So those two unforced errors have really hurt her here. Let's see if she can come back on this.
Yes, Janali needs to play safe now. What a point there. Angelica breaks and now
Game
Angelica
Kurera.
is up 2-1.
Kurera leads 2 games to 1. बोल डाल दे अरे आलू अनित्य आलू बोले चिल्लेगा अरे आगे बोले और ठीक है क्या Time. Time.
Angelika taking the first, I would say, Angelika drawing the first blood in this match by breaking Janali's serve. Let's see if she can consolidate that break by holding serve here.
Out 15 love.
15 love to Angelika. It's important that she holds on to this serve to keep the lead going.
Yes, Janali get into that drop
15
shot.
all.
Maybe Angelika has to be careful how often she uses that now. Because this is the same ploy that she was using during the national final as well. So
Really. Also on a clay court, the drop is, you have more time as well.
Out.
again another unforced error by Janali.
30-15.
Here she just has to just keep more balls in play and make Angelika actually go out and win the point rather than giving her a free point every time.
(40-15).
And there you go, her backhand, cross court, amazing shot there by Angelika.
Yes, she appears to be in complete control of this set now. I think it's more of the confidence she shows. I think she's not lost to Janali in quite a while. So I feel that confidence is really pulling her through this opening set.
Game Kurera.
Yes, definitely. That really
Kurera
adds
lead
to the play
3
as
games to
well.
1.
Janali being the underdog
Yeah.
here as well.
That's never a shot that Janali should have put in the net. It's straightforward forehand. She just has to keep thinking about clearing the net and making a lot of balls in play now. Another great down
Love
the line
15.
winner on her backhand, Angelika. So she's really finding a groove now on her backhand. Great shot by Angelika to cover
Last
that
30.
shortish ball and then to put it away.
Call.
Angelika is really hitting
Love
the ball
40.
well right now. And Janali is
Jaldi,
holding
jaldi,
back a
jaldi,
little, don't you
jaldi.
think, Janga?
Yeah, and even in that rally, there was that shortish ball that Chanali just put it back into court. She has to capitalize on when she gets those half chances.
Fault. Game Kurera.
And that's a break to love. So
Kurera
Angelika in
lead
complete
4 games to
control
1.
here.
Everything बोल दिया. That's it. अरे बोले किल्ले का ना अरे बोले किल्ले
We'll go in for a quick commercial break and come back.
ठीक है दा
Welcome back as we join Angelika serving for a 5-1 lead. Let's see if she can hold here.
Out.
The unforced errors
15
just
love.
creeping up. This is very unlike Janali. Usually she plays a very consistent game, and I think she just needs to go back to basics and rescue this match.
Angelika is in
Smart
full
play.
control here.
30 love.
Smart play as well. She showed that she was going for the drop shot and then just put it behind Janali.
Out 40 love.
Janali last 10 points. Janali has not won a single point. She really needs to start slow and steady here.
Game Kurera.
That's
Many
probably the
unforced
11th
errors.
point in a row
Kurera
that
leads
she's lost.
5 games to 1.
I wonder how much Anika leaving the scene, because it was the real rivalry was between Angelika and Anika Seniviratne. So once Anika left for her college, I think that rivalry just naturally broke down. So that's why I think we need these other girls like Savini, Janali to also make a big impact in these tournaments.
That's true. But also in Sri Lanka, it's difficult for players to
18
keep
up.
playing as well. At a certain point, players plateau and they need to make a decision.
So I think the stage is set
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Kemali, to make a
Yeah.
comeback again.
Uh,
All this time you know what you're up against.
very funny gang.
And think of it as a service to Sri Lanka tennis to put the standard up again.
Ball.
It's not easy though playing. You
Of
need to
course.
train, and I mean, these credit to all these players. They train day in and out, and to keep the fitness levels up is not easy.
Out. 15 all.
It's another unforced error by Janali. 15 all.
Out.
It's
And
not-
Angelica
30.
is just winning points purely by just doing very simple things.
She's
This-
varying the game, which is nice to see in the women's circuit, with the slices and slowing down the game, and then
Yes.
dominating when she gets a short ball.
All.
That's a winner after a long time, I think, in the space of 4 games by Janali. So I hope that gives her a little bit confidence and to come back in this set and possibly the next set.
Yes.
That's another winner on
30,
for
40.
backhand. That brings up set point for Angelica.
Fault. Please. Game and first set.
The
Kurera.
double fall gives the first
Six
set
games to
to
one.
Angelica 6-1. So Angelica in complete control of this set. Let's see if Janali can make a comeback in the second. We'll go into a few advertisements and some commercial breaks. We'll join you soon.
Angelica? Anika.
Time.
Yes, welcome back. You can see some highlights of the first set. I think that's more of a reel of Angelica's play. After the first game, Janali was didn't appear, I would say. A lot of unforced errors.
beauty of tennis is it's never over until it's over. So this is Janali's chance to catch up.
Definitely, it's a brand new set. She needs to come off and really go for broke, I would say.
Angelika to serve in the second set.
Fault. Love 15.
Starting the second set off with a doubles fault on Angelika's end. So this is Janali's chance.
Fault. Ball. Love 30.
Good opportunity for Janali to assert herself in this second set now. Love 30. She has to take a chance on this point.
Love 40.
Second double fault in the game that gives Janali a 40 love lead.
Huge point for Janali's scores here. She really needs to win this game and get some confidence back and start this set positively. Tennis is a funny game. You won the first set 6-1 and now you find yourself
Fault.
love 40 down.
I think the score is a little wrong on the...
Out. 15-40.
15-40 now. Again another unforced error by Janali.
Janali really should capitalize and hold on to this game.
Game
Good
Papare.
hold by Janali, and that gives
First game,
Janali a
second
1
set.
love lead in the second set.
I think that last point is should be a way forward for Janali if she's going to get in this game where
Go ahead,
she
yeah.
pushed Angelika back in the court and then earned that short ball and put it away. I think that should be a good game plan if she's going to go forward in this to turn this match around. There you see Angelika getting pushed back and then Janali taking the initiative to go a little bit more and where she puts that ball away. That point got set up from her first shot itself. So it's important that she continues to do that and cut down on her unforced errors.
Definitely. Janali has the upper hand because she's serving here, so hopefully she holds on
Ball.
to that upper hand.
Love 15.
Spoke too
dear.
soon there.
Double fault. I think you put a classic case of the commentator's curse, Kimali.
She needs to get more of her first serves in.
Fault. $15
That was a poor stroke by Angelika there. Didn't move her feet. I I hope she's not going to get complacent in the start of this set. From Angelica's point of view, she just needs to keep ramping it up in this set as well.
Out.
Janali set up the
15,
point very
30.
well, pulling Angelica wide and out, but there was an unforced error by Janali, giving Angelica a 30-15 lead here.
I think even though she lost that point, I think that could be a positive point in a way if she takes that as a way to go forward. She was in that point there.
Not up. 30 all.
30 all. The big point here on this serve. Janali badly needs a 2-love lead here.
She needs to get her first serve in here.
Out.
Janali tried
30,
to slow
40.
down the game by lobbing there, but it didn't work in Janali's favor there.
I believe that Janali should be going for more and moving the opponent more than trying to keep the ball in play. Because Angelica is quite a solid player if she gets into rhythm.
Definitely, they both have a very aggressive style, so both of them need to be very tactical.
Fault.
His favor there.
I believe that Janali should be going for more and moving the opponent more than trying to keep the ball in play. Because Angelica is quite a solid player if she gets into rhythm.
Definitely, they both have a very aggressive style, so both of them need to be very tactical.
Fault.
Good point by Janali there, coming into net and really capitalizing to get the score back to deuce.
This is the game Janali should be playing. She needs to have an aggressive approach, move Angelica around. Important point for Angelica here. Sorry, Janali.
Yeah. Out. Advantage Manaperi.
Advantage, so Janali, it's another opportunity.
Deuce.
What a cross-court winner by Angelica there, making it deuce.
There again, Janali went away from the plan that worked for her and started keeping balls in the middle. So
Yes, she really
I think
needs to
she-
move Angelica around to get the upper hand here, because Angelica is a fast and she's a tall girl, so she can move around and cover the court well.
you're not going to just keep middle court balls and beat Angelica in this match. got to take her and keep moving her.
Out. Advantage Kurera.
Important point for both players here.
Wait please. Wait please. Out. Deuce.
Janali got a good first serve in there and she dominated all the way, and now it's deuce. It's important that Janali gets her first serves in here.
Fault.
What a pass by Angelica there.
Advantage Kurera.
Again, he continues to pass Janali when she's at net. Angelica pulling good shots when it's required, on the run, on her backhand. And Janali can just applaud that.
Out. Game Kurera, new balls.
Unforced error gives Angelica
One game all,
The-
second set.
break off serve again.
That was an important game for Janali to hold on to get a 2-love lead and to get her confidence back, but it's still not too late. It's still quite early in the second set. Angelica to serve. 1-all.
New balls. Fifteen love.
Good wide serve there by Angelica.
Again, Janali must not lose hope here because still 1-all and very early in the second set.
Ball.
You see the difference of that what that one game makes. If it was 2-love, Angelica would have been really in a little bit of a corner. But she's fought hard and made it 1-all. Again, really
Dirty
using
love.
that backhand into good use.
Out. 40 love.
It's a 40-love game to Angelica. She's serving quite well in this game, getting more first serves in. That's something we didn't really see in the first set.
For me, more than anything,
Game
it's a matter
Kurera.
of confidence from Angelica now. I think she had a poor first
Kurera
game,
leads 2 games
but
to
then
1.
the fact that she's broke
Second
back
set.
straight back, and I think that just again gave her the confidence for this game.
Definitely, I think you can also say with the body language in the two players, at the end, tennis, the mental aspect of the game is quite important. And at a point like this, the confidence plays a huge role to make it or break it.
Welcome back on www.thepapare.com. It's the third game, rather the fourth game of the second set between Angelica and
15 love.
Janali.
Again, a very important game for Janali. She has no other thing than holding serve here and making sure that she doesn't let Angelica get to a bigger lead than this.
Out. 15 all.
Again, the unforced errors keep creeping in for Janali's game. It's killing her this match because usually she doesn't have much unforced errors in her game. And maybe the pressure of playing Angelica, or maybe the pressure of the finals where she's making these errors.
Out. 15-30.
I think that's what we spoke about at the start as well. She has been in many finals, but she has really failed to get that match winning point and then really move on from there. Be interesting to see her approach in the next few games.
And it gets to you when you keep losing. You know, you're just looking for that one win, one elusive win. I think for a player like Janali, who's made all the finals, she's always the bridesmaid and not the bride, you know, where she needs to get that one win, and then it could be a real game changer.
15-40.
She stares down 2 more break points.
Out. 30-40.
There you see, Lelum, the importance of the first serve. When you make the first serve, there's a lot of pressure on the returner. So this match, they didn't see much first serves from either side. So it's important for Janali to make the first serve every time.
Game Kurera.
Poor volley there, even though she set the point up.
Kurera lead.
She got a
3
serve in
games
and
to 1.
she just couldn't
Second
put that
set.
finishing volley away. 3-1 Angelica leads.
Huge shout out to our sponsors, First Capital, and then of course the co-sponsors Demo, Pera & Sons, Synergy Tennis and 3G for making all this possible, for us to bring you the live pictures, and for the organizing committee as well to ensure the continuity in the sport.
Fault.
The current national champion on your screen.
15 love.
Again, another unforced error. That's been the story of this match for me in Angelica's camp. Just making uncharacteristic unforced errors.
Out. 30 love.
Is it a feeling that Janali has given up, or is she just trying to?
I don't think it's a matter of giving up. It's that Angelica is quite solid and not giving her any free points.
Forty love. Talking to wood.
Angelica serving for a 4-1 lead.
Out. Game Kurera.
And that's a 4-1 lead for Angelica.
Kurera lead.
This
4
match
games to
seems
1.
to be running
Second
away
set.
from Janali. So you see the game point again. Can
Welcome back on www.thepapare.com. And as we come back, we've got Nisansala Munasinghe, Head of Marketing from First Capital here at the commentary box. Welcome on thepapare.com. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a bit about the partnership with SSC. You were the sponsors last year as well, and we've heard that you've signed up for a period of 3 years now. How do you feel about it?
That's right.
Love 15.
So yeah, we were the sponsors last year. We experienced sort of the organizer, the organization, as well as sort of the tournament at large, and we were really impressed with the level of performance and the level of skill that this tournament sort of brings forward, and it falls in line with our corporate values, as well as sort of the performance first theme that First Capital is our brand promise. So we thought it was a good match,
15 all.
and we look at a longer term partnership together with the SSC Open, as well as a few other tournaments as well.
3 years into the partnership, and you've already seen what SSC Open does and what value it creates to the Sri Lankan tennis fraternity, rather the entire tournament calendar. How do you feel about the quality of the players who play here and the quality of the competition that comes out of there?
Yeah, we're very impressed. We've seen some good talent. Even last year we saw some impressive games, and this year as well. I'd like to congratulate the finalists. The amount of commitment, and the
30,
talent,
15.
and the high scale of performance is just astounding. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nisansala. That was Nisansala Munasinghe, Head of Marketing for First Capital, our primary sponsor for SSC Open Tennis, SSC Open 2022. A huge shout out to all of them and the co-sponsors as well, Papare & Sons, Demo, Synergy Tennis and 3G, for making all this possible for us to bring the live pictures, and for the organizing committee to ensure the continuity in sports.
Out.
God
30 all.
back with me in the commentary box. 4-1, Angelica leading. Not really the game we expected from Janali.
Yeah, it's 30 all. I mean, that's of course the beauty of tennis is you don't play for time, and even at match point down you can still turn it around. So I as a neutral, I would hope that this match is a little bit more competitive than this, but it's 30 all and it's an important point here. Great winner by Angelica. That's been a pet
40.
shot this today. I think that backhand cross court, short angle cross court, it's got so many points off that today.
Ganga, isn't it surprising to she's coming to play tennis after a break, but if we just take a look at the shots that she played today, it's really well poised.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about it?
Yes, definitely. But I think Janali has not really pushed Anjalika today because she has given away so many unforced errors. So when you get a lot of free points like that every game, you also grow
Fault.
confidence going for your shots. But if Janali can make a little bit more less unforced errors and put a little bit of more pressure to Anjalika, I think this match can still turn around.
Advantage Manaperi.
And here you go, it's advantage to Janali, so it's a key point here for her to hold serve here now.
Game Manaperi.
Then there you go, first serve has helped there again, so 4-2.
Purera leads 4-2, second set.
Still a lot of work to be done in this set though.
If anybody watched the recently concluded Australian Open, anybody knows anything could happen in the game of tennis.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The Australian Open that just concluded a couple of weeks back, anything could happen, opponent coming back into the game as well.
Definitely.
Out 15 love.
There you go, again another unforced error.
Love.
Again that backhand cross-court winner from Anjalika. 30 love.
Ball. Net, second serve. Out 40 love.
Again 40 love now. Anjalika just having to make balls and only giving her through the errors.
As we take a look at the replay, we've got the gentleman single happening right after this. Tihan Vijayaman taking on Kiran Vairavanathan. Be
Out.
interesting to watch
Game.
the two junior players
Purera.
taking on each other, especially Kiran. A surprise player
Purera
who has
leads
emerged through
5
the
games
ranks
to
this
2,
year.
second
We
set.
invite all of you to stay logged and joined on www.thepapare.com. And we'll take a short commercial break back. Welcome back on www.thepapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports
Love
hub.
15.
Angelika just 3 points away from the title now. It's been all one-way traffic throughout the match.
Out. 15 all.
So Angelika will be traveling for some foreign tournaments as well in the future. So I think this will give her good confidence for her upcoming tournaments.
Definitely, considering the fact that she came back into tennis after her
50,
studies
30.
and playing at this level, in this competitive level, is a very good sign for her future tours as well.
Definitely, it's quite rare. Usually, when people stop for their exam breaks, they take some time to regain some confidence and things. But she's
Ball.
just picked off from where she left. Maybe one could say that the absence of Annika Seriviratne could be playing a part where where that competition was very healthy
30
when
all.
Angelika was in town as well with Angelika and Annika.
But for Janali Ganga, what do you think she needs to build up? She's just as we've been talking about it a lot. She's been into many finals, but she's not really getting that. What do you think she needs to develop to really make an impact in the big final?
I mean, to start off with, I think she needs to get a little bit more stronger because her ground strokes are not hurting Angelika at the moment. They're all very comfortable strokes that Angelika will return back. So and when you have to work extra hard on to win that 1-2
40,
points,
30.
and when someone like Angelika doesn't give you 3 points, so you need to really have some strong baseline shots to hurt Angelika, and I think that's one area that she really will have to go back and work on. Even with her score 40-30 in her favor, you can see her body language is still not in the way forward. So it's almost like she's just killing
Ball.
time here now. It's a poor serve.
Wait, please. I'll pull it. Game Manaperi.
Yes, that's a good hole by Janali.
Kurera
Hopefully
leads
this will
5 games to 3.
gets a little bit
Second
more
set.
confidence, because if she breaks Angelika back now, this match is still not over.
We're at an interesting point in the game. Janali winning the final game. And if she can go on to break Angelika at this point, just as Ganga mentioned, we'll have a fierce competition at our hands.
Wait, please. Wait, please.
The tennis scoring system is a very funny system. You don't have to actually win most of the points even, because of the way the
15.
scoring works. If you are winning the bigger points and the very important points, some cases you see, Lalum, where if you see the total number of points a player has won is more, but they have lost the match. It's because of the scoring system. So you would not want to count anyone out till that
Out.
final point is done.
15 all.
But again, it doesn't help when Janali puts those unforced errors. Second serve aced by Angelika.
$40-50.
And that brings up 2 match points and 2 championship points for Angelika. So let's see if she can put this one to bed on the first asking.
Game, set and match.
And there you go.
Correa.
We have a new champion
2 sets to
on
love.
Angelika Correa,
6-1.
winning this final
6-3.
6-1, 6-3. There was never really a fight in that, to be honest. It was all one-way traffic, Lelum. I'm hoping that the men's final will be a little bit more closer than this one.
Definitely, Ganga. We will have the highlight reel coming up just before the men's final to take a look at how it went. That's the full scorecard for you. 2 sets straight off, won by Angelika Correa 6-1, 6-3, and she is the 2022 SSC Open Ladies Singles Champion, coming after a break from her studies and then winning the national championship as well, and then continuing that form here for the SSC Open. A game as a whole, Ganga, if you just take a look at it, where do you see Angelika really capitalizing on as we take a look at the highlight reel?
Yes, Angelika has, I think, just asserted just shown that she is the queen of this game in Sri Lanka, and I think including journalists, Savinis, and all the other players who are involved, I think they need to keep her as the benchmark and almost go out at her, because at this rate I would say it's almost unhealthy competition in the circuit if she's going to continue to win. But I hope Angelika also looks at her sights even higher than the Sri Lankan level, and if she travels more and goes for more ITFs and futures and things like that, I think her level will also improve tremendously. So it's a good place to be in, when there's a clear champion, and when there's the kids have when the players have a target to achieve. So I think in that sense, but I hope Angelika will not be complacent in her own game and not just be happy winning in Sri Lanka. I think the next step for Angelika has to be a lot of traveling and get more experience, and when it comes to events like Fed Cup or the Billie Jean King Cup, which is called now, and the South Asian Games and all those competitions coming up where she can really make an impact. So let's hope for the best, Lelum. I enjoyed thoroughly doing the commentaries again this year. I will be going down for the men's match, but you'll be joined by my good friend Meshal Sinan, who's even more knowledgeable than me in certain things, so you can definitely pick his brains as well.
Thank you, Ganga. Thank you for being with us. It was a pleasure to have you back in the commentary box, and looking forward to more tennis action and having you more oftenly in the commentary box.
Thank you, Lelum. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay logged and stay tuned as we will have the award ceremony of the ladies singles of the SSC Open 2022 right after, and then followed by it we will have the gentlemen's final between Tehan Vijayamanna and Kiran Bhairavanathan. The full scorecard for you once more. Jolly Manamperi took on Angelika Correa, 2 sets straight off. Angelika Correa, the new champion of the SSC Open Tennis Tournament 2022. Shout out to the sponsors, First Capital, the primary sponsor, and to all the co-sponsors, PNS, Demo, Synergy Tennis, and 3G Sports. Thank you very much for making all of these possible. Stay locked, don't go anywhere. On the other side, we will have the award ceremony.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස ඇඩ්මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
සුගතදාස ඉන්ඩෝ
stadium is the Fox Hill Supercross.
කුරුණෑගල සිරි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයේ.
Final showdown Candy Sports Club.
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the top.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස ඇඩ්මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
සුගතදාස ඉන්ඩෝ ස්ටේඩියම්
is the Fox Hill Supercross. කුරුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයේ.
Final showdown Candy Sports Club
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare-tamil.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்திலிருந்து
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස ඇට්මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம் சுகததாஸ் இண்டோர் ஸ்டேடியம்
is the Fox Hill Supercross කුරුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයේ.
Final showdown Candy Sports Club
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்திலிருந்து.
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස ඇට්මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம். சுகததாஸ் இண்டோர் ஸ்டேடியம்
is the Fox Hill Supercross. රුණෑගල සිරි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
Final Showdown Candy Sports Club.
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்திலிருந்து.
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස ඇට්මොරටුව
පියගම
A warm welcome to all of you gathered here today, and a big shout out to all those watching from home via the live stream brought to you by www.thepapare.com. I think it's safe to say that both Anjalika and Janali have treated us to some wonderful tennis over the course of the entire tournament. So if you could please join me in putting your hands together for these two fantastic athletes. So joining us for today's prize giving, we have our chief guest, Mrs. Shreya Munasinghe, a former junior national and national singles and doubles champion. Our guest of honor, Mr. Arjun Fernando, multiple national singles and doubles champion, a SAF Games gold medalist, and to date the highest ranked Sri Lankan professional tennis player that we produced. We also have Mrs. Nisansala Munasinghe, manager, branding and marketing services, First Capital PLC. Mr. Johan Tilakaratne, Demo General Manager, Corp Comms. Mr. Surya Bibile, Director 3G Sports. Mr. Neshan Gunasekara, Chairperson, Tennis House Committee of the SSC. Mr. Aruna Senavi Ratna, Tournament Director of the SSC Tennis House Committee. And Mr. Chammika Senavi Ratna, also from the SSC Tennis House Committee. Ladies and gents, if you could please join me up here at the front. It's been 2 wonderful weeks of tennis here at the SSC, and this definitely would not have been possible if not for the support of our title sponsor, First Capital, our co-sponsors, Demo, 3G Sports, Synergy Tennis and PNS, of course the Tennis House Committee, all the officials, ground staff, the SSC management, the parents and of course the players. So to start things off with today's prize giving, I'd like to invite Mr. Johan Tilakaratne to present a token of appreciation to our chair umpire for today, Mr. Anjana De Silva. To give away the next set of awards, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mrs. Shreya Munasinghe. So this individual has been in great form from the entire course of the tournament. Unfortunately came up a bit short today. Please put your hands together for a runner-up, Mrs. Janali Manamperi. If you could please join us to say a few words as well.
Hi everyone, thank you all for being here today. First of all, I would like to congratulate Anjalika for putting up an excellent performance. And thank you all for being here today, who's here to watch the match and who's watching at home as well. And I would like to thank everyone who's helped me to come here throughout many matches and to reach the finals here today. I would like to thank my coaches, Bharti sir, Abraj sir, Krishant sir and everyone at Hit Tennis. And of course my family, Ammi, Thati and Akki, thank you so much for helping me throughout every single thing. If not for you guys, I wouldn't have been here. And Akki is not here today, but I'm sure she's watching from home. And I don't have to mention names, but you know who you are to me. Thank you so much for being here with me throughout my whole life. Thank you so much for being with me through every step I take. And of course, SSC, you guys always put up a great show here. And this is undoubtedly my best tournament, and this is my favorite tournament throughout every single thing. Nishan, Uncle Chammika, you guys put up a great show every single year, and I don't think any other tournament does this kind of stuff. So good job every year, and I'm looking forward to playing next year as well. And all the officials, Anjana, thank you for umpiring our match, and all the ball kids, thank you for helping us to put up a great show here today. Thank you.
Thank you for those lovely words, Janali. So this individual, having won the ladies doubles just a week ago, emphatically made it 2 wins out of 2 as far as this tournament is concerned. Your ladies singles champion for the year 2022, Angelica Carrera. Angelica, if you could please join us to say a few words as well.
First, I would like to say, Janali, you played an amazing match. She's wonderful. And also, thank you everybody for being here and supporting, cheering me. And also, thank you Niranjan sir for giving me such a grateful practice within 1 week. And also for my parents who brings me here every time from Negombo to Colombo. Thank you very much. And also for SSCA, Mr. Arjun sir, Shreyani, for all of in SSCA, they did a great job. This is a very good experience for me. Actually, this is my second title in SSCA. So thank you very, very much for all of you. Great tournament. Thank you.
A big thank you to both Angelica and Janali, and we look forward to having you back here next year as well. So that brings us to a close as far as the ladies finals prize giving is concerned. Please stick around because we've got yet another great match coming up, the men's singles of course between Tehan Vijay Mana and Kiran Vairavanathan. So for all of you watching at home, please keep your dials locked in, and we're back with you shortly for the next final. Thank you.
Thank you, Shehan. That brings us to the end of the ladies' final of the SSC Open 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, the new champion Angelica Carrera for the year 2022. And with that, we will wrap off the ladies' single, and followed by this, we have the gentlemen's single between Tehan Vijayman and Kiran Vairavanathan. So we invite you to stay logged on all 3 platforms, the Facebook platform, the YouTube, and on the website, and catch the action live and exclusively on www.thepapare.com. Keep sharing the passion together with us, and stay logged and stay tuned. And in a bit, we will have the action-packed gentlemen's singles of the SSC Open 2022. මේ ඔය ක්ලිප් එක කොච්චරද දිනන්නේ?
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்திலிருந்து.
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස at මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம். சுகததாஸ் இண்டோர் ஸ்டேடியம்
is the Fox Hill Supercross. රුණෑගල සිරි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නුවරඑළිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
Final Showdown Candy Sports Club.
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on. On a sleepless night, try to catch me howling at the moon.